everybody, welcome back to the channel. This is Prez Grits Presents. I'm Prez Grits, and today we're doing something a little bit different. I'm doing a movie review for the movie Eternals. So I went to go see the Eternals a couple nights ago, and as a Marvel fan, I really felt like I needed to weigh in. So yeah, we're just gonna talk about it. So first off, let's talk about my initial thoughts. So, and just right off the bat, I'm going to tell you, I did like this film. I honestly liked it. I've watched every single Marvel movie multiple times, except for a few that I've only, maybe one or two that, you know what, at this point, no, I've seen all of them multiple times. I cannot lie. I've seen all of them multiple times. Some of them so many times it's probably a bit obsessive, but whatever. I really feel like this movie is very interesting because it is definitely different from all of the other Marvel movies. Chloe Zhao is the director here, and I think she did a phenomenal job. It is very beautifully shot, and it's a very interesting story. So yeah, let's talk about it a little bit. So the Eternals is basically an epic sci-fi film spanning millennia of time on Earth, from about 7,000, 5,000, 7,000 years up until the present. So it covers, as timeline wise, basically everything that's ever happened that's kind of been important in modern human history. And it also covers, the events of everything that's happened in the MCU thus far in its own way. It touches on it in its own way. So we get to meet a few groups of characters, and so I want to talk about these groups of characters. You have the Eternals themselves, and they are 10 beings that are sent to Earth, and they interact with human society. In fact, all of these character groups have an interaction with human society on one level or another. So the Eternals are basically sent to Earth to defend Earth from another character group called the Deviants. And as it turns out, both the Eternals and the Deviants were created by this third group called the Celestials. The Celestials being these unbelievably, epically enormous and powerful beings that exist in the universe as a whole. They just exist in the universe, and their basic role is to create and destroy life. So yeah, so let's talk, we're gonna talk a little bit about the specific characters. We've got the Eternals, and so there are 10 of these Eternals, and they are hanging out on Earth, and we have Icarus, who is played by Richard Madden. And he is, he's been compared to Superman quite a bit. I felt like he's, at first he definitely seems Superman-esque on the surface, but as the show progresses, as the movie progresses, and you get to know a little bit more about what the Eternals actually are, I feel like he's more like Vision than like Superman. In fact, yeah, that's I think his abilities are a bit closer to that. We have Athena, who is played by Angelina Jolie, who basically is the Greek goddess Athena in human lore. We have Makari, who is a deaf actress played by Lauren Ridloff. Lauren is a deaf actress, and she's playing Makari. And Makari has the ability to be a speedster. She runs at incredibly fast speeds. Is she faster than the Flash? Quite possibly. Because we're not talking about Quicksilver here. We're talking about like a creature that's specifically created by gods to protect Earth from like these incredible other creatures. So she's incredibly fast, incredibly powerful, and really she had a lot of personality when she was using sign language and communicating, and she was communicating with the other Eternals who are like her family, so of course they all speak sign with her. So it was really interesting. We have the character of Gilgamesh, played by Don Lee, and he's the tank, he's the brute force of the team. Like he's got super incredible strength and fighting power. We've got Faustus, who I would say is the inventor, the creator of the team, and he's played by Brian Tyree Henry. And he had some interesting things to do. We've got Cersei, who has the ability to transmute one object to another, and it seems to be things that are not living, non-living objects. I guess that explains why she was able to do what she did. Okay, maybe we'll talk about that. But yes, she can transmute objects. We have Druig, played by Barry Keoghan. Excuse me if I'm saying his name incorrectly. Keoghan, I believe it is. And he has the power of mass mind control. An easy mass mind control on the level he could control everyone on the planet if he so chose to. Easily, apparently. We've got Kingo, played by Kumail Nanjiani, and he's a very famous actor, and he was a very, very cool, very interesting character. He provided a lot of the comedy, in the show, and kind of kept things a little bit lighter. We have Sprite, played by Leah McHugh, and she has the ability to cast illusions. She was also played by a child actress. For the final Eternal, we have Selma Hayek playing Ajak, who was the leader, and she had the ability to heal. Now, they all appeared to have super strength. Icarus was the only one that seemed to be able to fly, though. Finally, rounding out, I think, the main cast, we had Kit Harington playing the love interest for Cersei, but us Marvel people know that he's also the Black Knight from Marvel Comics, and he is the Black Knight because he's a descendant of someone from, I think, King Arthur's times, and he's got a sword, the Necrosword, which gives him a bunch of abilities, but also, there's a price to pay for him having those abilities, and he's connected to the sword through blood or something like that. So they hinted at that in the final credit scene. Make sure you stick around for the final credit scene when you go see this movie. Okay, so the final character that I wanted just to mention is Erisham, and Erisham is a Celestial. Now, there are many Celestials, but he's the main one that we actually get to interact with in this movie, and they call him Erisham the Judge. And here's what I want to say. Here's what I want to say about that. So we're just gonna slide right into the spoilers now. Spoilers are coming. Spoilers are coming. Here it comes. Erisham comes to Earth, and I'm telling you what, if I'd seen that as a person, if I would, as a human being, I would hope that I would just immediately just die after what that looked like, because it was terrifying on a level that it's still bothering me to this moment. This movie is almost a horror movie to me because of that scene. That mess is terrifying, and it's kind of messing me up. Well done, Marvel. Well done. Well done, giving us something different. Final thoughts, go see it. Go see it, decide for yourself. Yeah, let me know what you thought. Oh my gosh. I almost forgot to, for anybody who's new here, thank you so much for joining today. This is something that I don't normally do. I don't normally do movie reviews, but Marvel is my jam, and so I'm definitely gonna do reviews to Marvel movies here and there. But don't forget to subscribe, leave a like, leave a comment down below, and but yeah, let's get into it.